Hello, grade 3. How are you? In the last time we were talking about how can we study natural hazards so we can design buildings that can protect us from some natural hazards. First, we talked about some building structures that can help us from earthquakes and other natural hazards. And we talked about lightning rods and how can they protect us from lightning and from thunderstorms. Okay? Today we're going to talk more about how can we prepare ourselves for natural hazards. We're going to skip the inquiry activities, sandbags, and floods, page 64, 65. Okay, we're going to skip it. So open your books, page 66, and stay with me. Before we start, I want you to see this picture. I'm trying to make it bigger for you. You have this picture in your book, but maybe it is not clear like my one. So stay with me. This is a map for a school. Now, you must know that inside of each school there is a map like this with those red lines, okay, or red arrows. Those red arrows show you how can you leave the building safely when a natural hazard happens. So, for example, if we have an earthquake, you can use exits that is shown here by arrows heads, okay? Yes, here. You can use those doors to leave the building to stay safe. Most of the buildings, or most of big buildings like malls, for example, like big supermarkets, like schools, hospitals, has exit doors that we can use to leave the building in case of natural hazards. Let's start reading. Preparing for natural hazards. What does it mean to prepare for disaster? Yes, so to prepare, what does it mean? It means to find out information, to be ready. So when a natural hazard happens, you will know how to act and what to do. So I'm going to underline this for you. Okay, so if you are well prepared for natural hazard, you can protect yourself, you can protect your home, you can protect your family, you can protect everything around you. Okay. Uh, this is the small note under the picture. Classrooms might have an exit map to show students how to exit the school quickly and safely in case of an emergency. The first step to being prepared is research. What type of natural hazards do you need to be aware of in your area? Some areas of the country may experience severe flooding, while other areas may have wildfires sweep through their neighborhoods. Preparing for blizzards is very different than preparing for landslide. Now, the first thing that you must know to be prepared is what kind of natural hazards may occur in your area. In Jordan, we don't actually, we don't have any natural hazards. Sometimes, and it is not usually happening, but it is rarely happening that an earthquakes, okay? But it is not happening a lot. That's why you as students are not well trained to act when natural hazard happen. But maybe for as we talked before about some people that living in hurricanes place, they must know that hurricanes is always happening in this place, so they are well prepared. If some people are living beside a volcano or a volcanic region, they must know how to leave the place very quick in case of the volcanic eruption. Okay, sometimes For example, if you were living in high mountains place, you must know that some landslides will happen here, so you must prepare yourself for this landslide. So the type of preparing must be um, connected with the place you're living in. So some natural hazards are repeated in some places, so they must uh, protect themselves, prepare themselves for these natural hazards. Okay. Another step in preparing for natural hazards is to have a plan. Knowing how to react before, during, and after an event can save lives. So it is not important only to prepare before of it. You must know how to act while it is happening. For example, if an earthquake happen and you are in school, you must start looking for your exit door so you can leave the building, stay in the yard, which is the safe place in this case. Okay. Not only like this, some places have a really hard earthquakes which destroy everything, cracks the land, destroy buildings, break everything, even trees will fall down. So those places must be or must have a good plan for how to act when the earthquake ends. So even if it ended, their houses are broken, streets are crashed, everything is destroyed. So their plan must include how to act after the natural hazard. Okay. Making a plan with your family will help you contact one another and reconnect if separated. Establish a family meeting place that's familiar and easy to find. Imagine that, for example, you're in school, your sister in her school, your father is in work, your mother is in your home cooking, and an earthquake happened. Each one of you is in different place. So it is good to, let's say, to make a safe place and to plan to meet each other in that place. So after the earthquake, you will meet in that place and you will tell each other that you're safe. Okay? So because we don't have a lot of natural hazards in Jordan, we don't do that things. Okay. Television stations. I'm now reading paragraph 1, page 67. Television stations are prepared to alert people if a natural disaster is coming. You must know that some news programs like this one, uh, reporters tell us about natural hazards so we can run away, we can do whatever we can to stay alive. Okay, they will explain what is expected. They are alerts that are sent. Okay, where I yes, there are alerts that are sent over the radio that can update those that are traveling. So in radio, in TV shows, they tell people that for example, a landslide is happening here, earthquake is happening here, flood is happening here. So run away, do your best to survive. Okay. People with mobile phones can receive alerts about weather and other disasters as well. So if you have a mobile phone, this will even make things easier because someone will send you that something wrong is happening, or you will hear the news using your phone. People can plan ahead for emergencies. Many people have a radio with batteries. They have stored water and emergency supplies. It is also smart to memorize important phone numbers. If they know a storm is coming, families might get extra food so that they don't have to travel during the storm. Now, in the places that a lot of natural hazards happening, some people can prepare an emergency bag. Okay, they put everything they may need inside of it, like maybe flashlight, maybe batteries, a charger for their phone, and a lot of other things that they may use or they may need. Okay. Some of families store extra food because they don't want to leave their homes, for example, in an out during storm. Now, schools are prepared as well. Many classrooms may have maps posted in their classrooms. Students and teachers practice how to exit the building safely or learn what areas of the building are safest depending on the natural hazard. So, in schools, we make special training for students to know how to act during the natural hazards like earthquake. Usually in Jordan, we train you as students where to go during an earthquake, but it is not happening a lot. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay. Mm, I don't want you to do this. Okay. That's it for today. I think I'm not going to give you any homework for today, so I want you to study hard for your exams. You know that soon we're going to have a final exam, and it will include all of your Unit 4 book. So please start studying, okay? Don't delay your study, never do it. So, goodbye.